Continue with our division part. There are some more techniques of division, so we will try and learn them. Okay, so we will learn all the technical part today, and from the next class we will actually start doing word problems and try and understand how to do word problems. Okay, so let's start with one division. Let's say I have 2.316 divided by 3. So let's start with the basic one. So how to solve or divide this? So usually you can write 2.316. Now since this point 2 is smaller than 3, so we usually use 0 point as before. Okay, so this point goes out of contention. Now we can consider 23 as whole, so 23 divided by 3 we can start with normal division. 3 sevens are 21, then 3 minus 1 is 2, 1 comes back, 3 sevens are 21. Okay, then 6 comes back, so 3 twos are 6. Okay, so this is like normal division method. So answer is 0.772. Okay, next we can see another problem. Let's say 40.065 divided by 5. Okay, so these are normal division methods, you just need to follow. So 540 for 5 8s are 40, you can write. Okay, and point as it is, then 5 0 as are 0. Okay, you can just do the division as well. 5 zeros are 0. Okay, next 6 comes, 5 ones are 5, minus 1, then finally 5 comes, so 5 threes are 15. Okay, so this is normal decimal division, where I have just tried to do a bigger ones with normal integers. Okay, simple divisions. So I hope this is very easy. Just follow the basic technique, you will be easily be able to solve. All right, okay, let's see some more. Let's say 3.12 I'm trying to divide by 12. So what shall we do? Since 3 is smaller than 12, we put 0 point again. So 31 we can consider. So 12 twos are 24, right? So 11 minus 4 is 7, and this 2 comes. 12 6 are 72. So answer is 0.26. So normal way division we can do it. I hope these are very clear. Moving on to our next part, that is division by ten, 100, and 1000. So if you remember, in multiplication what we used to do, just to remind you, for example, for 0.5 into 1000, what we used to do, we used to, for multiplying, we used to count the number of zeros, and in the same way we just drew number the zeros, and then we use this boxes. Okay, so what did we get? Instead, when we get the empty boxes, we used to write 0 over here, and the point would come at last, so it would become 500. Okay, so for multiplication we use this. Now in case of division, suppose let's say the same number, if I am trying to do division, 0.5 divided by 1000, so this used to go front. Okay, now what we can do, we can just, in terms of division, if we are dividing by 10, 100 and 1000, we'll go backwards. Okay, so 1 step, 2 step, 3 step. Okay, so this point goes over here, right? So before point we always need to write a 0, that is the basic rule. So we can write 0 point, how many boxes over here? 1, 2, so 0.00, then we write this as it is, 0 and 5. Got it? Okay, right? So if I what I'm doing, I'm just doing the opposite of multiplication. Okay, I'm just doing the opposite of multiplication, where I'm just taking it backwards. That's it. That's a simple thing which you need to do. The opposites, just the opposite of multiplication. Okay, so let's say 5 divided by 1000. How to do this? If there is only a number, we always consider the point from this side. Okay, we will always consider that the point is over here. If there is only a number, we'll always consider that the point is over here. So we will go this side, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 3 zeros over here. So we need to fill this, and then we put a 0 point. The point comes over here, and we need to put a 0 before. So you see 0, so we write 0 point, then these two boxes 0, 0 and 5, 0, 0, 5. So is it getting clear? Okay, so if there is only a number, we need to consider that the point is after that number, and we just need to go backwards. Okay, so point comes over here, and before point we need to write a 0 over here. So point, before point we write a 0, and we fill the boxes 0 and 0, then the 5 comes. Okay, so this is how we need to divide using 1000 or 100 or 10. So let's say 65 divided by 10. So what will be the answer? Since this is a number, we need to consider the point is over here, so it will go only one time. So no empty boxes, so point will just come over here. So answer will be 6.5. Okay, if there is a number before point, we need to just write the number, and the point just comes in between. Okay, so this point was not here, I'm just explaining. Next, let's say 720 divided by 100. So again, since this is a number, we need to consider the point from here, 1, 2. So the point comes over here, so answer is 7.20, or we can just write 7.2, because after decimal, right after writing the number, if there is only 0, we don't consider the 0, we can just write 7.2. that's it. Okay, so you are getting the point. Like dividing by 100, 10 or 1000, you just follow this normal way. Okay, just the opposite of multiplication which you did. Let's say some more, try some more problems. 42 divided by 100. So point come, we'll consider point from here, 1 step, 2 step, so point comes over here. So if there is no number, we need to consider a 0, then point, then the numbers. So 0, point, these two numbers, 4, Okay, let's say 7.6 divided by 1000. So how to do? Now point is already over here, so we won't consider it from here. Since point is there, so we'll consider the point from here. So 1000 divided by 1000, so we need to go 3 steps back. 1 step, 2 step, 3 step. Okay, so now the point comes over here. Since there is no number, so we'll consider a 0 over here and fill the 2 boxes. So what does it become? 0 point, next the 2 boxes, 0 and 0, 0, 0 and 7, 6. Okay, you are getting it? So these are very simple. Just follow the steps the way I am doing it, so you can also do it very easily. Alright, I hope this is clear. So once you try to do yourself, I hope you would be successful. So let's try with 0 point numbers. So 0.56 divided by 10. So point is over here, the point just comes over here back. Okay, so we just write, before point we need to write 0. So 0.056. That's it. Okay, so I hope this is clear, right? How to do the divisions with 10, 100 and 1000. These are just one line answers, because these will come in short question. You can't just waste time doing it like in bigger ways. Suppose for dividing it, like let's say you can do it in this way as well. There is no problem doing it like this, like 100. Then since point is there, we need to put a 0 point. Then we can consider a 0 over here. So 100 5s are sorry, we need, since we need to put 0, because 51 is also smaller than 100. Okay, that's let me explain it to you again. 5.1 divided by 100. Okay, you can follow this technique, it's fine. I'm just trying to show you the another technique as well. Suppose for 5 point, since 5 is smaller than 100, so we need to remove point out of consideration. So we put a point, 0 point. But 51, now we get what? 51. Now 51 is also smaller than 100. So for this reason we put another 0 and we consider another 0 over here. Okay, so now what do we get? 100 5s are 500. Okay, so remainder, what does remainder come? 1 0. So once you have used decimal, you don't need to use any more zeros over here. You can just put 0 directly. Now 100 ones are 100. Right, so 0.051. So if you had done with the previous rule, the rule which I showed, it would be much more easier. Like you wouldn't have to write these 3 lines. You could have just done by this 51.1 divided by 100. So that means it will go 2 steps back, 1 2, right? So point comes over here, we can just write 0, then point comes over here, and 0 5 1. Okay, so you see, you can do it either in this way or in this way as well. I think this way is easier for doing division by 10, 100 and 1000, because you just do backwards, just go backwards, or you go frontwards. That's it, right? So but in book also, or in guide also, you have these answers in this way as well. So you are always welcome to follow this rule. I'm not saying that this rule is incorrect. Okay, just I found that this way is easier to understand, that's why I'm just explaining in this way. All right, okay, so the last part of division today, that is dividing a decimal number by another decimal number. Okay, so dividing a decimal number by another decimal number. So how to do it? This is our last part for today. Let's give an example. 5.1 divided by 2.5. So you see both these numbers have decimal, right? So what we need to do, this is what? The divisor. Okay, what we need to do is to remove the decimal, the point, from the divisor. Always when we are trying to do division by when we are trying to divide a decimal number by another decimal number, what we need to do, from the divisor we always need to remove the decimal. So in this case, you see after point how many digits are there? There is only one digit. So if we multiply 2.5 by 10, okay, so what does it become? The point comes forward, so it becomes 25, right? So if we are actually converting 2.5 into 25, we also need to convert this as well, this 5.1 as well. Okay, so if you are multiplying 2.5 into 10, so we need to multiply this as well. So 5.1 into 10, so it becomes 51. How? Just the point comes forward. Now you can easily divide 51 by 25. Okay, 25 2s are 50. 1 minus 0 is 1. We put a point over here, a 0 comes. Again 10 is not divisible by 25, so we put a point over here, so means 0 over here, so we get 100. So 25 into 4 is 100. Okay, so in this way we can easily divide. Means the answer of 5.1 divided by 2.5 is actually 0.04. Okay, so what I have done over here is I've actually first I need to check after for the divisor. First I need to check for the divisor after decimal how many digits are there. You see after decimal one digit is there. So for this reason I will multiply this number, the divisor, with 10. So if I multiply the divisor by 10, I need to also multiply the dividend also by 10. Okay, next I can divide both these numbers. Like after multiplying by 10 I get 51, after multiplying by 10 I get 25. Now I can easily divide 51 by 25. We can solve it. You are getting my point? Because I can divide 5.1 divided by 2.5, I can do it, but it gets difficult because 2.5 is a decimal number. So if I try to multiply with another, to find the quotient, it gets difficult. So what is the system is, we need to check the divisor after decimal how many digits are there. If there is one digit, I multiply by 10. If there is two digits, I multiply by 100. If there is three digits, I multiply by 1000, so that I can remove this decimal from the divisor. Okay, I'm giving you another example. Let's say just one sec. Let's say 18.72 divided by 0.08. Let's say this is an example. Okay, you see, first of all I need to understand for the divisor. So this is the divisor, right? So I need to find out after decimal, for the divisor after decimal how many digits are there? 2 digits. So I need to multiply this divisor by 100. Okay, so if I multiply this divisor by 100, what does it become? You see, point goes one step, two step, so it becomes 8. So since I've multiplied this divisor into 100, so I need to multiply the dividend also by 100. So 18.72 72 into 100. What does it become? 1 step, 2 step. So it becomes 1872. So this is my first step. Okay, I'm just writing first step. I need to first check how many, after decimal, how many digits are there for the divisor. Okay, since there are 2 digits, I multiply by 100, so I convert this into 8, and since I have multiplied this by 100, I need to also multiply this by 100 as well. Okay, so I've got 1872. Now I've got 8 over here. Now I will divide 1872 divided by 8. So this is my second step. So 1872 I will divide by 8, normal division. So 8 2s are 16, 2 comes 7, 8 3s are 24, 3 comes 2, 8 4s are 32. That's it. So what is my answer? 234. So actually the answer which comes, the quotient which I get, this is the answer of this problem. That is 234. Got my point? So always we need to check the divisor. After decimal, how many digits are there? I need to multiply by that many digits. Like for 2 digits, I need to multiply by 100. For after decimal, if there are 3 digits, I need to multiply by 1000, and so on. Okay, I'll just explain one more problem, then we will finish this class. Let's say 2.94 divided by 0.028. Okay, so you can see this, how after decimal how many digits are there? 1 2 3 digits. Okay, so I need to check the divisor always. So I need to multiply by what? 1000 into 1000. So 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, it comes over here, so it becomes 28. Okay, and I need to, again, since I multiplied this divisor by 1000, I need to multiply the dividend also by 1000. So 2.94 into 1000 equals to 1 step, 2 step, 3. Okay, so there is one empty box, so it becomes 2940. Okay, so now I'll just divide 2940 by 28. So 2940 28. So 28 ones are 28, and minus 8 is 1, 4 comes